Hello everyone, welcome to Jairam High Secondary School online classes. This is a video from class 7 biology, unit 5 reproduction and modification in plants. Children, we have completed unit 5 reproduction and modification in plants and unit 6 health and hygiene. So already we have completed these two lessons for term 1 and we have discussed the answers for book bag 1 mark questions also. So in this video we will discuss the answers for book bag question answers. Okay, so before getting into the video, I just want to have a small recall of this lesson. So what are the things we have learned from this lesson, reproduction and modification in plants? So what is reproduction? Reproduction is nothing but the producing young ones of its own kind. It's called reproduction and it is one of the general characteristics of all living organisms on this earth. So without reproduction there would be no life surviving on this earth. Okay, so reproduction is very much essential for extending its generation on this earth. So in this lesson we learnt about different types of reproduction in plants. So in plants we have sexual reproduction. So for sexual reproduction we need to know the parts of a flower, since flower is the reproductive part of a plant. So we have studied about the various parts of a flower such as calyx, corolla, stamen and carpel, and we have studied about the unisexual and bisexual flower and complete and incomplete flower, and also we have discussed about pollination, agents of pollination and fertilization, and after fertilization what are the changes will happen in a flower. So post fertilization changes also we have seen. And apart from that, coming to modification in plants, so modification is nothing but the plant parts have been modified to perform various other functions in addition to their primary functions, such as the root will perform the function of storage in addition to support and fixation. Okay, and also the stem will perform the function of storage and support in addition to their transportation of substances as their primary function. Likewise, the leaf, in addition to photosynthesis, it performs a function of support and storage. Okay, so these are all modifications of plants. So we have seen how the plant parts have been modified and we have seen so many examples for that also in the videos. Okay, so these are all the things we have discussed in unit 5, reproduction and modification in plants. So in this video we'll discuss the answers for book bag question answers. So coming to Roman letter 5, very short answers. So children, if you want to take notes, you can just see the video and take notes, or otherwise you can mark it in the book also. So first one, very short answers. Write two types of reproduction in plants. So you know very well, reproduction is the process of producing young ones of its own kind. So in plants like animals, we have two types of reproduction, sexual and asexual reproduction. So sexual reproduction happens with the involvement of two parents, male and female. So male parent produced a sex cell called sperm and female parent produced a cell called ovum. So the fusion of sperm and ovum results in the formation of zygote, whereas the zygote develops into an embryo and embryo develops into a fetus, or otherwise in plants it develops into a seed. Embryo develops into a seed in case of plants. Since we are dealing with reproduction in plants, after zygote will be developing into embryo and embryo will be developing into a seed. So seed formation happens in the process of sexual reproduction. So it involves two parents, male and female. It involves two type of cells, male cell and female cell. Whereas in case of asexual reproduction, there is no involvement of both sexes. Here only one parent is involved. Okay, so that is the main difference between sexual and asexual reproduction. So in asexual reproduction we have different methods such as budding, fragmentation and spore formation. So here the progeny formed are very much similar to that of their parent. Okay, so we have seen examples of different methods of asexual reproduction also. So just here they have asked, write two types of reproduction in plants. So just you can answer as sexual or asexual reproduction. Second question, what are the two important parts of a flower? So can you remember from the picture or a diagram of a hibiscus flower the different parts of a flower? So let us see, calyx, corolla and rhizome and gynoecium. Okay, so or otherwise we can see sepal, petal, stamen and carpel. So these are the four whorls of a flower, or otherwise four parts of a flower. So apart from calyx and corolla, Yeah, androecium and gynoecium, which represents the male and female part of a flower. So androecium represents the male part of a flower, which is nothing but the stamen, and gynoecium represents the female part of a flower, which represents the carpel or pistil. So you know very well, stamen contains a long stalk called filament and anther. So inside anther you can see pollen grains. So pollen grains contains the male sex cell. Whereas in gynoecium, a carpel or pistil, we can see three parts: stigma, style and ovary. So stigma is the part where the pollen grains are deposited during the process of pollination, and through stigma the pollen tube is formed and pollen grains are transferred to the ovary, and ovary is the bulge part of a plant which will be developing into a fruit after the process of fertilization. So these are the three parts of gynoecium. So apart from calyx and corolla, the male part and female part, that is androecium and gynoecium, are very much important for a flower. So the two important parts of a flower are androecium and gynoecium. Third question, define pollination. So you know very well, pollination process happens before the start of fertilization. Okay, so pollination is the first process taking place in the process of fertilization. Here the pollen grains from the male part of a flower will be transferred or deposited on the stigma of the female part of the flower. So the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is called as pollination. So the pollen grains have been transferred from the male part to the female part. So transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is called as pollination. So what are the agents of pollination? So for the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma to happen, we have different agents of pollination such as insects, wind, water, and animals. So different types of plants has different agents for pollination. So insects, wind, water, and animals, these are the agents of pollination. Fifth one, give example for corm and tuber. So corm and tuber, these are the modifications of a stem for the storage functions. So for example, for corm is colocasia, an example for tuber is potato. What is a tendril? As the sixth question. So tendril, it is an elongated structure. So what do you mean by elongated? Neat structure. Okay, prolonged structure. So it is like a stem or an elongated structure. It is like an elongated structure produced by the plant to climb freely. So tendril, it is an elongated structure. It is produced by the plant to climb freely. For example, in pea plant, the terminal leaflets are modified into tendril. In simple language, if you want to say, tendril is nothing but, like you can see in the part, ஒரு இலையிலிருந்து காம்பு வந்து சுருண்டிருக்கும், அதுதான் வந்து tendril. Okay, so tendril is mainly meant for support. So tendrils are present or mainly meant for support of the plant. So it is an elongated structure produced by the plant to climb freely. Example, in pea, the terminal leaflets are modified into a tendril. Okay. Seventh one, what are thorns? Thorns na முள்ளு, லைக் ரோஜா பூச்செடியில் இருக்கக்கூடிய முள் அண்ட் சப்பாத்தி கடையில் இருக்கக்கூடிய முள். ஸோ அந்த தான்ஸ்னால் என்னன்னு கேட்குறாங்க. வாட் ஆர் தான்ஸ்? ஸோ தான்ஸ் ஆர் பாயிண்டட் அண்ட் ஷார்ப் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்ஸ் ஃபார்ம்ட் இன் அ பிளான்ட். ஸோ வை திஸ் டைப் ஆஃப் தான்ஸ் ஆர் ஃபார்ம்ட் இன் அ பிளான்ட்? Can you say why? So sometimes the leaves may be modified into spines or thorns. So why the leaves are being modified? Mainly it helps a plant to safeguard itself from animals. Okay, like ரோஜா பூ செடியில் இதுக்கு முள் இருக்குது, அந்த ரோஜா பூ ரொம்ப அழகாக இருக்கிறதுனால அது தன்னை காப்பாற்றிக்கிறதுக்காக முள் ஃபார்ம் ஆகிருக்கு. ஸோ அதே மாதிரி leaves are modified into spines or thorns. So it helps the plant to safeguard itself from animals. So mainly for its protection, the leaves are modified into spines or thorns. Okay, so அந்த முள் பேர் தான் thorns. So what are thorns? Thorns are pointed and sharp structures formed in a plant. So leaves may be modified into spines or thorns. It helps the plant to safeguard itself from animals. Okay, so this is all about your very short answers. So once again I'll repeat the answers. Write two types of reproduction in plants: sexual and asexual reproduction. So what are the two important parts of a flower? Androecium and gynoecium. Define pollination. Transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is called pollination. What are the agents of pollination? Insects, wind, water, and animals. Give example for corm Colocasia. Tuber potato. What is a tendril? It is an elongated structure produced by the plant to climb freely. Example, in pea plant, the terminal leaflets are modified into a tendril. What are thorns? Thorns are pointed and sharp structures formed in a plant. Leaves may be modified into spines or thorns. It helps the plant to safeguard itself from animals. So coming to Roman letter 6, short answers. Differentiate bisexual flower from unisexual flower. So you know very well, flower is the reproductive part of a plant. So without flower there is no fruit or seed formation. Okay, so for the formation of fruit, flower is very much essential. Seed may be formed in the form of plants where it does not contain flower also. Sometimes if you see in gymnosperms, they bear naked seeded. Okay, the seeds are naked without the fruit, so that kind of seed is also present, but mainly flower is very much important for the formation of fruit. Okay, fruit and seed. So bisexual flower, it has androecium and gynoecium. So bi means two, so two sex, it contains two sex, the male and female. So the male part of a flower is called androecium and the female part of the flower is called gynoecium. So if a flower contains both the male and female part in the same plant, then it is same flower, that is called as bisexual flower. Can you say an example of a bisexual flower? Yes, we have seen very good example, hibiscus. So in hibiscus we can see the male and female part are present in the same flower. So that kind of flowers are called bisexual flower. So in case of bisexual flower, it can undergo self-pollination and cross-pollination. So what do you mean by self and cross pollination? So the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to stigma is called as pollination. So if the transfer is happening in between the same plant, then it is called as a self pollination, or if it is happening between the flowers of two different plants, then it is called as cross pollination. Okay, so it can undergo self pollination and cross pollination. The example of bisexual flower is hibiscus. Then uni means single, so either the flower has either the male part or the female part. So in case of papaya, you can see the male flower is present separately and the female flower is present separately. Okay, so unisexual flower contains either the male part or the female part. So these type of unisexual flowers can be pollinated only by cross pollination. They could not do self pollination. Okay, so they can be pollinated only by cross pollination. So this is the difference between bisexual flower and unisexual flower. Next one, what is cross pollination? So here itself we have seen what is cross pollination. So you know very well, pollination is the process of transfer of pollen grains from the anther to stigma is called as pollination. So pollen grains are transferred from the anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower of the same kind of different plants. So looking into deep, it's still more like confusing, but it is very simple. Here the pollen grains are transferred from the anther. Okay, as usual, the pollen grains are transferred from the anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower. So here the two flowers are involved. Here the anthers are transferred from one flower to another flower. Okay, but that should be of the same kind of different plants. For example, if the pollination is happening between like unisexual flower like papaya, the same papaya flower should be involved in the cross pollination process. Okay, so that's the thing, of the same kind of different plants. Here the papaya male flower will be present in a different one plant and female part will be present in another, but same belongs to the papaya plant only. So the plant should be of the plant can be different, but it should be of different kind. It should be of same kind. Here the plant is different, but it should be of same kind. So if the pollination is happening between the papaya plant, the plant should be papaya only, but it can be male and female plant. Okay, but the kind is same only. So pollen grains are transferred from anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower of the same kind of different plants. So plants need to produce pollen grains in larger quantities to increase the chance of pollination. Since it is happening between two different plants, there is a chance of lossage of pollen grains in a large amount. Okay, so to avoid the lossage, these plants has to produce more amount of pollen grains to increase the chance of pollination. And cross pollination does not introduce variations in the characteristics of new plants. So what do you mean by variations? That exhibit a difference in the progeny. So the next generation will be somewhat different from that of the parent, but cross pollination does not involve much kind of variations in the characteristics of new plants. And cross pollination is brought about by agencies like wind, water, animals and insects. So cross pollination is brought about by agencies like wind, water, animals and insects. These are the agents for pollination. So cross pollination, the pollen grains are transferred from the anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower of the same kind of different plant. So plants need to produce pollen grains in larger quantities to increase the chance of pollination. Now, cross pollination does not introduce variations in characteristics of new plants. So cross pollination is brought about by agencies like wind, water, animals and insects. Third one, write short notes on fill load. So fill load is nothing but this a modification of leaf. Okay, so in Acacia auriculiformis, so listen to this spelling correctly, Acacia auriculiformis, the petioles expand to form leaf-like structure. The petioles are nothing but this is a structure of the leaf. The petioles expand to form leaf-like structure. So they carry out the function of leaf photosynthesis. You know very well the function of leaf is photosynthesis. So here the petioles expand to form a leaf-like structure. So they carry out the functions of leaf photosynthesis. Okay. So this is called fill load. So this is also one kind of modification. So children, in this video we have discussed the answers for Roman letter 5 very short answers and Roman letter 6 short answers in unit 5 reproduction and modification in plants. So if you want, just listen to the video and then you can write a note of it, and which will be very helpful for your future further reading, or otherwise just you can listen and understand and you can mark it in the book and read for your exam. Okay, and you can refer this for your assignments also. And children, I insist all of you to do the homework also, since homework we have scheduled the homework also, so try to complete the homework and submit it at the prompt time. Okay, so keep watching all the videos, so don't skip any of the videos. So in this next video we will discuss the answers for answer in detail. Okay, so till that, keep watching, keep listening. Thank you, have a nice day.